Hey guys, welcome back to the video of the story reading segment. So in today's video, we will be continue reading about Bal Gangadhar Tilak, also known as Lokmanya Tilak. So in the last video, we had learnt that a person should listen to others' advice, he should raise voice against injustice, and he should be truthful and fearless. That's what we have learnt till now. So let's continue. When a child in one house had got the dreaded disease, Tilak went around. Okay, sometimes he went with the soldiers and sometimes he went without the soldiers. So then he told that to the father that please take him to hospital, otherwise he will die, and other people can also get caused by this disease because it's all communicable disease. So then the child's father said that you know best, Balwantrao. Do as you wish. So let's continue reading from here. And just then the soldiers arrived on the scene. Come on, let's get this filthy hole disinfected. Hey you, get out of the bed. Let him go. There is no need to be so rough. I have a job to do. Get out of my way, said the soldier. Please leave that room alone. It is a room of worship, said the child's father. Don't listen to the wily old man. He is probably hiding a patient in there, said the other soldier. The overzealous soldiers did not respect the feelings of the citizens. They handled even babies in their cradles without any mercy. Hey, catch this baby. A sure case of plague, said the soldier. Tilak raised his voice against inhuman treatment meted out to the suffering of people of Pune. In his English weekly Maratha, he wrote, "The plague is more merciful to us than its human prototype, now reigning in the city." How right Tilak is. They cause more misery than the disease does. Tilak set up his own segregation camp for the terrified victims and their relatives. He even started a free kitchen for the poor in the camp. All the leaders have fled, leaving us to the mercy of the plague and the soldiers. Tilak alone has stood by us. He is the real leader. Normalcy slowly returned, but the wounds inflicted by the thoughtless soldiers did not heal. An angry man, Damodar Hari Champekar, shot at Rand. There was a massive hunt for the unknown culprit. Meanwhile, the government imposed heavy fines on the citizens. Look, listen to what the Tilak has to say. Has the government lost its senses? To rule does not mean to indulge in reprisals. Tilak is wise, but will the government see it in that light? They certainly didn't. The Times of India alleges that the culprit drew inspiration from Tilak's writings and speeches. The Englishmen are so panic-stricken that they see murderers even in their own shadows. When Rand died of the bullet wound, the Englishmen stepped up their campaign against Tilak. Finally, the government swung into action. Tilak has been arrested. The government has lost its senses. Tilak was held on a charge of sedition. Does praising Shivaji Maharaj amount to sedition? Tilak has taught us to fight for our rights. Is that sedition? He has shown us the way to get grievances redressed lawfully. Is that sedition? We openly dare to criticize the government. A few years ago, we could not do such a thing. We could not even think of such a thing. That's precisely what the government has against Tilak. He has instilled courage into us. That is what sedition is according to them. Some of his friends hinted that Tilak should offer an apology and secure his release. Tilak refused. My position among the people that entirely depends upon my character. And if I am caught down by the persecution, I think living in Maharashtra is as good as living in the Andamans. As expected, the court found Tilak guilty. The sentence was 18 months. Rigorous imprisonment. When the news reached his wife, she fell seriously ill. Begged the government To imprison me too. I have been his partner in everything, said his wife. Tilak too fell ill in prison. He lost 21 pounds. However, a Muslim warder tried to be of help to him. Dada Sahib, I know you don't look food with onion and garlic. Have some betel nut, it might help. You are kind, but you are breaking prison rules. You shouldn't, said Lokmanya Tilak. The next day, he brought some copra and jaggery. Tilak decided to lie to put off him. I can't eat these, I have a sore mouth. I will get you almonds and sugar, candy them. Tilak had to accept defeat before such persistence. When Tilak was shifted from Bombay to Yewada jail, Chapekar, who had been caught and sentenced to death, took special permission to meet him in cell. Balwant Rao, I want to die with the Gita in my hand. Will you give me your copy? With pleasure. He might have been misguided in killing Rand, but can anyone doubt his patriotism? A few days later, a Bengali gentleman called on Tilak. Professor Max Muller has sent you a gift, his translation of the Rig Veda. He is trying best to have you released. I am honored and grateful. A rare gift from this famous German scholar, one for Tilak facilities for reading and writing in his cell. One of the verses he came across while reading the translation made him pause and think. Many days passed before the sun rose. How could this be true unless the Aryans had once lived in the Arctic? Yes, that's it. It has to be. It was this idea that later led him to read the book, The Arctic Home in the Vedas. But this book is huge. Yeah. At last, on September 6, 1898, Tilak was released. The temple bells of Pune rang out, echoing the joy of people. 5 years later, the plague broke out again in the Pune. This time it claimed Tilak's eldest son. Why? And why didn't fate spare Why? Oh, why didn't fate spare Vishwanath? Why shouldn't it? Lives have been snatched away from several homes. One was snatched from ours too. Then in July 1901, Lord Curzon announced the partition of Bengal. The partition came onto force on October 16, 1905. Their aim is to disunite the Bengali Hindus and Muslims. But they will not succeed. Tilak's prediction proved too. The partition only gave further impetus to the Swadeshi movement. In Pune, as in the rest of India, people boycotted foreign goods. Students made a huge bonfire of foreign clothes, first of many to come. Tilak started a glass factory at Talegan and a cooperative store for the sale of Swadeshi goods in Bombay. Our rulers are traders as well as politicians. If the one is pressed, the other is bound to be affected. If we are self-reliant, we will become politically free. Since Swaraj was the goal of Tilak and his friends, like Lala Rajpat Rai of Punjab and Aurobindo Ghosh of Bengal, they came to be known as nationalists. Your future rests entirely in your hands. If you mean to be free, you can be free. If you do not, you will fall and be forever fallen. The government tried in vain to curb the nationalists. Lala Rajpat Rai was deported to Mandala in Burma. But if Zoroastrianism stopped as soon as one deportation took place, the government would get away with the idea that the repression had triumphed. When Lala Rajpat Rai was released in November 1907, Lala Rajpat Rai should be made the president of the Surat Congress at Bal. That would be a fitting reply to the government. The moderates, however, wanted Dr. Rash Bihari Ghosh. When the two parties met, if we elect Lala Rajpat Rai, it will teach the government a lesson. But we can't openly challenge the government. They will stump us out. At the Congress session in Surat, Tilak was not allowed to speak before Dr. Ghosh's election. I have a right to address the delegates. You can't stop me. But they did, and the Congress split into two groups. This will never do. A house divided against itself cannot stand. We are playing into the hands of the British. We must remain united, for our goal is one. Around this time, revolutionaries who believed in violence became active. On April 13, 1908, the first bomb was thrown at the British residence of Muzaffarpur. The explosion echoed through the country. The government swung into action and several journalists were jailed. So look, I want to give you a tip. The government is planning to arrest you. What does it matter? The whole country is like a vast prison. They are now going to confine me in a smaller one. A few days later, Tilak was arrested. The charge was sedition, the offense, an article he had written. The case against Tilak came up before the Bombay High Court. The Advocate General quoted from the article to press his claim that Tilak was guilty. The bomb party was come into existence as a result of the operation practiced by the official class. The responsibility for this calamity must therefore be thrown not on political agitation, writings, or speeches, but on the thoughtlessness and the obstinacy of the official class. So this book is huge and we will not be able to complete it in this video. Still 7 to 8 pages are remaining that we will complete in the next video. So that's it from this video. Like this video, share this video, and do tell on my email ID that what else can I do on this channel. We will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and stay home, stay safe.